All right, today we are going to solve an equation that has decimals in it, but we're going to eliminate the decimals to make it a little easier. You don't have to eliminate the decimals, but I'm going to. But beforehand, let's come over to this 0.3 here that I have in parentheses. And I want to practice getting rid of decimals. So if I want to make that 0.3 a 3, all I would have to do is times by 10. There's one number after the decimal, so I use 1 0. If I multiply that, I get 3. Look at the next one. I've got two numbers after the decimal. So guess what? We're going to multiply by 100 using 2 zeros. And if I do that, that moves my decimal 2 places. The third number here, 0.247, if I want to eliminate that decimal, well, there's 1, 2, 3 places. So I've got to use 3 zeros. So if I take 0.247 times 1,000, it moves the decimal 3 places, and I get 247. That's what we are going to use to eliminate the decimals in this problem. So let's take a look here. We have 4 terms. The terms are always separated by a plus or minus sign. So when I look at this first term, 0.45 times x. Well, to get rid of the decimal, there's 2 numbers after the decimal. So here I would have to multiply by 100. So there's 2 numbers after the decimal. Here's the decimal. How many numbers are after the decimal? 1. The next one, here's your decimal. How many numbers come after it? 1, 2, 3. 3. And finally, here's my decimal again. How many numbers come after it? 1. So now what we do is we look at the biggest number, which is 3 here. And that's what we use to determine what to multiply through by to eliminate the decimals. You have to move this decimal 3 places to make this decimal go away, which means we've got to multiply by 1 with 3 zeros, or 1,000. So watch what happens when we do that. Every decimal needs to be moved 3 places if we're going to multiply by 1,000. So 4, 5, and then we're going to have to put a 0 in for placement for the third spot there. 1, 2, and then we're going to have to add a 0. Minus 2, and then we got 1, 2, 3 places. 1, 2, 3 equals 0.235. We move that decimal 3 places, it's gone. And lastly, if I take this 0.6 and I move that decimal 3 places, I'm going to have to add 2 zeros. And there you have it, you guys. The decimals are all gone. Woohoo! Now, the next thing that I like to do, you don't have to do it this way, but I like to get my x's together. If you prefer to get the constants together, you can do so. Also, I like to keep my x positive. So whatever my coefficient is for x, the number in front of the x, I want that to be positive. It's just less chance I'm going to make a mistake. That's the way I look at it. So I have 450x here and 235x on the other side. They're both positive, so to move one to the other side, I'm going to have to make it negative. I'm going to move the 235. So I'm going to subtract 235x from both sides. So watch what happens here. So when I subtract 450 minus 235, I get 215x. I'm going to bring this down. Negative 2100 equals, these cancel, and I get negative 3600. Don't forget to bring down that negative. Everybody doing okay? All right, the next thing we're going to do, I like to box out the term with the letter. I'm solving for x. I'm going to box that term out. That's the last thing I'm going to do. If I read the problem from here, I've got 215 times x minus 2100 equals negative 3600. I'm solving for x. So anything outside this box has to go to the other side of the equal sign. And remember, we've got to stay balanced. So whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. I've got a negative 2,600. To move that, I'm going to have to add 2,100, excuse me. I'm going to have to add 2,100 to both sides. When I do that, I bring this down. So I got 215x equals, because these cancel. Now, 3,600 is bigger than 2,100, and 3,600 is negative. So my answer here is going to be negative. Since the signs are different, I just subtract the numbers. And I get negative 1,500. Are we done with the problem? Well, it's asking us to solve for x. Right now, we have a 215 times x. I don't want 215 times x. I want x. So since they're multiplying, we're going to divide. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. Now, what happens on the left side? On the left side, you have 215 divided by 215. Well, that's 1. So I get x equals. That's an awful big fraction. The top ends in a 0 and the bottom ends in a 5. Therefore, I know that 5 at least goes into both of them. So let's try to reduce this a little bit. When I do that, I still got my negative up here. 1,500 divided by 5 is 300. Over 215 divided by 5 is 43. And I'm just going to leave the answer as negative 300 over 43. So I'm leaving it as an improper fraction. Again, my goal here was to teach you how to eliminate decimals from an equation. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, I would appreciate if you subscribe and share. Thank you.